In my 4 years at CHS, I've learned so much that explaining it all in a 5-minute memoir would be nearly impossible. The friends I've made, the places I've been to, and memories I've had strengthen my personality and help me make my dreams possible. In my life, I met some of the greatest friends and family members that support me throughout all of my decisions. My mother, father, and sister have been especially important throughout my high school experience. Whenever I wanted to do something such as pursue a career in filmmaking or a college major in filmmaking, they have been supportive and guided me through my decisions. Friends such as Samantha Avalos, Sean O'Dell, Kevin Barrett, and many, many more have left such a major impact on my life that they'll be people I will never forget. Throughout my educational career, I never truly understood what learning meant until I reached high school. I learned that once a goal is set, nothing is impossible as long as you put your heart to it. I've also learned that friendship and working hard in school is key to the learning experience. I've met a majority of true great friends inside classes where they're interested in class discussion and interested in the class itself. Whatever I do when I get older, I know it will be centered around the entertainment industry. My involvement in CHS TV live streaming, and the CHS Film Academy has made me discover my life purpose. Whether it's in front or behind the camera, I know I'll be around it. Although I started in broadcasting and moved into the darker side of it, as Mr. Green would say, I realized my study of television, film, and media studies will continue my interest of entertainment. My favorite book will most definitely be The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This book reflected upon myself and everyone around me once I first read it. I learned through this book that everyone thinks and reacts differently in certain circumstances. As well, the 5 stages of grief also relate to many other studies with characters similar and completely different to Holden. Personally, my most significant piece of literature I studied was Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. For every AP prompt I used this work, and I knew that I fully understood the majority of the book. The theme of war being senseless and its effects such as PTSD made me relate this work with my favorite film, Apocalypse Now. With Django Unchained running closely behind, my favorite film of all time would be Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola. Upon watching films, I always look for the ways characters are written and how they interact with one another. Many films fail at making dialogue or characters sound and look, as Holden would use, phony. Apocalypse Now immerses me into the Vietnam War and the effects of it. Much like Slaughterhouse-Five, it incorporates the PTSD theme. The film also creates realistic characters and a realistic world. Not only that, but the themes of music and score as well brings the viewer into a literal hell and madhouse.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris. We didn't have, we lost it until you came to Casablanca.
The most significant film for me would have to be Casablanca by Michael Curtis. This film revolutionized acting, storytelling, and cinematography. It has also inspired me to create many love stories and take ideas from this film. Considering this film has been a huge help to my screenwriting and cinematography ideas while making short films, it has also inspired me to create characters with unique personalities and backgrounds.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
One of my favorite poems I've studied in English is A Psalm of Life. In the excerpts, art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still, like muffled drums, are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, and the bivouac of life. Be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow says to be adventurous and brave because life is too short. This connects to my high school experience. Because of Longfellow, I've always said to underclassmen, live and remember these high school days because in the end it feels like time flew by. My greatest accomplishment in high school would be my film for the Student Television Network's 8-hour competition. Although we did not place, our film was regarded as one of the best films CHS-TV ever produced for the competition. Upon receiving the judges' comments, the only feedback was positive for the film. As well, all the parents and the students who have seen the film recommended submitting it to a film festival. Just to know that my film has gotten all of this positive feedback and praise inspires me to continue filmmaking and to keep making stories. This fall I will be attending California State University, Los Angeles, and I'll pursue a major in television, film, and media studies. A big dream, but I hope to become involved with the production of actual films in the future. As of now, I would make it a hobby to create short films in the next few years that will hopefully lead me to a goal. Like I said before, being in front or behind the camera will not matter to me because I'm willing to do anything in order to tell stories.